Now, I end up going to Riverside. I'm in the first grade. During that period of time, I developed stuttering. And during that period of time, because I stuttered, I was teased. And when I was teased, I'd get in a fight. I'd go for him. Now, the truth of the matter was that I could lick any kid in the first grade when I was a first grader. But I could also lick any kid in the second grade while I was in the first grade. But when I met a third grader, in the third grade is where I met my match. But I was hauled off to this principal all the time, continually, because when they teased me, I'd go for them. One winter day, I was teased by Gary Hudman. Gary Hudman he didn't have a chance. But he had an older brother who was in the fourth grade. So the combination became formidable. So we were throwing snowballs. Well, I had another kid that kind of lived one block away from me on K Street, just across the street from the school. His name was Bill Nixon. Now, Bill Nixon joined with me. So he was slinging snowballs with me. So 2 against 2. But they had the age and the advantage over us. And all of a sudden, I attacked. I attacked Gary. I got him and I slung him down into the snow and onto the ground real hard. And seemed to be instantaneously, I got a yank on my ear from the teacher. Again, she holds me up to the principal. But this time, she takes Bill Nixon with me. So now I'm sitting. Now, Mr. Bush had red hair. I don't know whether it was dyed or what, but he'd been around a long time, and he was formidable. We were all scared of him. And to me, he was just towered like the Empire State Building. You know, he was just so big and tall. And he said, "Doug, I've been the principal of this school when your mother went to school here, and your father went to school here. I had no trouble with them. I've had more trouble with you than any person who's ever gone to this school. Why is it that you're always in fights?" And Billy spoke up and said, "Mr. Bush, they tease Dougie," call me Dougie, "because he stutters." Mr. Bush looked at me, and he says, "Now, Doug, I want to tell you something. You can go through life fighting those that tease you and disagree with you, and spend your whole life fighting and won't have much to show for it. If you're smart, what you'll do is you'll get on their side. And rather than them teasing you, you also learn to tease yourself. So now you're there one with them. You outsmart them, and they'll like you if you'll do that. But the paddle always was part of the program. So, bend over, Dougie. I grabbed my knees. Bang! And it was a real smack, I'll tell you that. I wasn't going to never let him know that I was hurt. I just was not going to give in and not going to cry or even wince a bit. I believe that's some of the best advice I ever received in my life, was Mr. Bush. Join with them. And when I've gotten older, learned to roll with the punches when I became a boxer.